To be or not to be? That is the question. Oh, hello. I didn't see you all right there, right then. Well, since you're here, I'll go ahead and show you some vinyl. How's that? I just happen to have a stack of stuff here. First couple I think I'll show you is, there's this guy I work with. He's a younger guy, younger than me, because everyone that's younger than me, you know, is younger than me. And he's getting into collecting vinyl, and I think I'm responsible. I take full responsibility for that. And so periodically I'll pick him up something, you know, that I know it's on his want list or whatever. So I picked up him a couple records. I'll go ahead and show them. The Eagles, Hotel California, was on his list. And then this one was in the dollar bin. It wasn't on his list. Zeppelin 4. And this is Played to Death, but it was $1. And I know he doesn't have Zeppelin, so, you know, and it's listenable. I mean, I played it today, cleaned it and played it. Sounds fine. I mean, it doesn't skip, so that's always a plus. And then on to some vinyl that I got this weekend. I don't know if I read this or heard this in an interview with Paul or Gene from Kiss. They said that Kiss Alive was modeled after this album, Slade Alive. I don't know if they meant in name alone or if it was because it was a live album or what specifically, but I listened to this a little bit ago. It's a decent album. I mean, it's, you know, it's not as good as Kiss Alive, but, you know, that's coming from a Kiss fan. Of course I'm going to say that. I mean, I like Slade quite a bit. This came out in 1972, and the thing I noticed about it right off, even before I brought it home when I was looking at the track listing, is I guess it was when they were still real early, before they became really glam. I don't know if they really started out really glammed up or not, but the songs that's on this album, none of these songs are ones that I was familiar with. I don't think I'd heard any of these. They do a couple covers on here, like Born to Be Wild and stuff. But it's really good. It's really raw. So, you know, maybe that's another element that Kiss put into their live album, the rawness. Then this is another one I picked out. Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. This one's Marching Out. This was the first, actually this was the second one. The first one that he had was just, I think it was just called Rising Force. This one I think was the first. I don't know why I took that sleeve off. There's nothing there. It's just a clear sleeve. But this was the first one that was an actual rock album, in the sense of it had vocals, I should say, because the other one I think was just instrumental. And where I got this one at, they had that one too. So maybe if they have it next time I go back, I'll pick it up. But they had quite a few from Yngwie, and this is the one I wanted because I was the most familiar with it. I think either I had it or I think one of my friends had it when I was in high school. And it's got the single I'll See the Light Tonight, which was also the video. And I think the first time I seen the video was on a show. It was on the USA Network, and it was called Radio 1990. And I remember them showing the video for this. So, you know, anybody out there remember that show? It was on the same channel that Night Flight was on, which is a fantastic show. But both of those shows were really great. This is another one that I actually, this is their second album. I have their first EP, Queensryche, The Warning. And after all these years, I'd never owned this at all in any format. And this is back when, this is just my opinion, this is back when Queensryche was really good. I don't like Queensryche anymore. Now, I haven't heard their new album, so I can't really judge, you know, the new album with the new vocalist that they have. But all the stuff previous to that, all the way up into, well, when I lost interest, I think Empire was the last album that I really was familiar with and liked. And, you know, Silent Lucidity, I think, was a single off of that. It was the big hit, the power ballad or whatever you want to call it. And I've never liked that song. And the fact that it was overplayed made me like it even less. So I thought Empire was a good song, and I thought Jet City Woman was a good song. But I lost interest after that, really. I don't even think I even cared about Operation Mindcrime 2. The first one was decent, because I had it on cassette. But anyway, the songs on this one, or the song on this one I was familiar with, is Take Hold of the Flame. Because I think that might have been the first video I seen from them. I know they have one for Queen of the Reich, but I don't ever remember seeing that on MTV at the time. But Take Hold of the Flame was sort of like a live video. I don't know if I showed the back or not. And this is, so, like I said, that's going to be some good Queensryche to listen to there. This was an album that I had it as a cassette. It's Great White, just self-titled. The version that I had only had, it was an EP. It had 5 songs on it, and this one has 10 songs. So I don't know if this was like 2 of their EPs put together, or if there was more than one version of it. Not real sure, but the version that I had, it just had, where's the song listing? Guess it's not on the back. Mine just had Out of the Night, Stick It, Substitute, Bad Boys, and On Your Knees, which is all of side 1 on this record. And all the songs that's on side 2, it wasn't on mine, so I'm pretty sure that that's right. So anyone out there that's into metal or into Great White could probably tell me if I'm wrong, or why that's the case, if it is. But I mean, you can't go wrong with Great White, you know. So here's one that I'd never owned on vinyl. I had the CD somewhere. Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation. I've always liked the cover of this one. And, you know, this was sort of their breakthrough album, or their comeback album, because Done with Mirrors didn't really do much. And, you know, Done with Mirrors is a good album, so I don't know why it didn't do better than it did. I remember seeing Let the Music Do the Talking video on MTV, but until this album came out, you know, I think right before this album, I think the Run DMC Aerosmith collaboration with Walk This Way, I think that came out first, and then this album came out. Or maybe they were both out at the same time. But this has a lot of good songs. I'm Down, which is a Beatles cover. Permanent Vacation, which is one of my favorite songs by Aerosmith. Of course, Angel was the power ballad. Dude Looks Like a Lady was a big hit. Ragdoll was a single, and you know, there's other good songs on here like Heart's Done Time, Magic Touch, The Girl Keeps Coming Apart. You know, it's a real solid album. You know, it's a real good comeback album for them. And, you know, I feel the same about, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about Aerosmith. I mean, I like their music a lot. I sort of like their later stuff more than their early stuff, which a lot of people would disagree with that. A lot of people are into and I'm not saying that I don't like their 70s stuff. You know, I think I used to have their greatest hits, the original greatest hits on the red and white with the Wings logo on it. And I like every song on that one. So, you know, I like their early stuff. And I have all their studio albums. I think I have all of them. I might be missing one. But their later stuff, you know, with Amazing and Crying and all that, I like all that stuff. And then when they got past that point, they like doing Falling in Love Is Hard on Your Knees and Pink, you know, and some of that stuff. At the time, I didn't like it, but I like it now. I appreciate it now a lot more than I did, you know, when it was out. And then I haven't heard their last album, their last studio album. I mean, I've heard that it's terrible. That's what I've heard. I can't judge it because I don't know, because I haven't heard it. but the albums previous to that, like Nine Lives and Pump, and some of those, I like those albums for the fact that, I mean, you can definitely tell it's Aerosmith. As soon as the vocals start, I mean, Steven Tyler has a voice that nobody else does. So there you go. Well, that's all I have to show in this video. Thanks for dropping by in the record room and watching me show some vinyl. If you see anything you like and want to correct my mistakes, if you're more knowledgeable than me, which is very possible, please let me know. Send me a comment, and like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate new subscribers. Anybody that's into music, vinyl collecting, etc., I'm all for it. So we'll see you in the next video, I'm assuming from the record room. See ya.